Hello, I am Igor Kakshara from company STS, and I would like to show you how easily manage multiple SimulTrain sessions with a marvelous tool for trainers, Trainer Desk. The tool helps trainers to initialize SimulTrain sessions, to monitor that everything is okay, and to show the results to students. How it works? Here we go. For example, I receive a trainer login. Where we can get the trainer login? It's easy. You write an email to office at STSH, you receive free ID and password, and you log in at simultrain.com/smt/trainerdesk. Easy. For example, I receive my login, I submit my login and password, and I have already one session. I go and open new session. What is next? The next is session initializing. For example, I order password for students at office at STSCH, and before giving this password to student, you have to initialize the session. You create a new session and you edit this session. You give the name, for example, session 2014 1 without errors, and you copy paste the password which you received. For example, I received 3 password, and you can also change some settings. For example, criteria, how you create a common score for all your students. For example, I consider that all parameters equally important, including risk management. For example, like this. So I define the weight of all indicators: cost, schedule, quality, motivation, and risk. So save. So the status of the session not initializing, and the first action which I can do, I click on the button action and I click initialize in SimulTrain. I can choose the language, scenario, for example, product scenario, speed, learning point, to-do list, and different optional features like, for example, risk management. After deciding about the configuration of the SimulTrain, I click Initialize in Simulation. And log file was successfully initialized. Okay. Now I give this password to my students and ask them to log in at the address simultrain.com. For example, one of the student login, he clicks submit, and he already initialized the session. It is exactly what I configured. There is a risk management, scenario is product, the language is set as English. So student go directly to the SimulTrain without passing simulation control. And now they can continue to plan something, for example, in risk management, or to allocate resources, for example, thread on activity 1, etc., etc. At the same time, as a trainer, I can see that one student already logged 40 seconds ago and he do some work. So I constantly see if somebody log. If the second student log and do some work, I can easily see. And for example, if the third student log in, I can see with my tool trainer desk that people are working. I can see all three students and what they really do, as well as the indicator. If I don't like this view, I can change. For example, I'm not really need report password, for example, because I can give each team name. For example, team 1, team 2, and team 3. Or, for example, I don't need the resource level and score, but I have total score for the keep. For the moment being, it is 100%, but it will change when simulation starts. And I don't need to see the view. This is my trainer desk. And student continue to plan. And when the plan finished in 1 hour, you can start the clock. You click on the action button and you click start the clock. Yes, I start the clock. But the clock on the student computer for the moment being not started because student don't know that the clock started. If they continue to do some work, for example, allocate people or and the student got message that trainer starts the clock. Now clock is running, and the same for other session. For example, if student do something, the clock started. Now with my tool trainer desk, I see that all students started the clock is running, and everything is okay. All three sessions is connected. If, for example, one of the session is not connected to the server and lost internet connection, in this case, you can see that time from last input is very great, and you have to go to this session and to check what happened with this session. And the final score is changing because we change different parameters. For example, risk management is changing for one of the group. This is the main features of the tool. Of course, you can do also a pause of the clock or send mail. For example, I click mail. I can write as big boss Jeff and write to all team or only to some of them, only to first one, and to write, hey, you are late, etc., etc., and student will receive this message. This message you can send not only during executing phase, but also during the planning phase. For example, you see that one of the team is late, you go and you send the mail, and it makes your SimulTrain session really live and funny. So this is the main feature of the tool. Of course, you can later on export the result to Excel table. Our trainer uses this tool also to show the result with a projector to students and the end of the game to define who is the best team. So this tool is used to set configuration, to monitor that all works fine, to start, pause, clock, to send mail, as well as to show result to student. We will be happy to support you in your SimulTrain session, and we wish you a luck. Thank you.